morning. Happy day 3. Woo, I'm looking crazy. Y'all see this? Trying to like get it together. My hair is so big from me working out. I just worked out. I do a sunrise meditation and yoga every day at 6 a.m. on IG Live. So I did that this morning. Then I spent my little 30-minute increment between yoga and meditation and my workout going over some stuff from my playlist. So I also do a mixed fit class, which is dance fitness. I do it at 7 a.m. with my girls, and then I do a IG Live class at 5:30 p.m. on Thursdays. So I was going over some choreo for that. Then I have my 7 a.m. with the girls. We normally do about 45 minutes. I get fit with Chris. We did her warm-up and her 10-minute morning for a warm-up. And then we went ahead and did everybody rotates and takes a day. So Thursday is my day to do dance fitness, and today Evelina did like a card deck, and we do the reps are the numbers on the cards, and she called out the exercises, so it was pretty cool. So we finished that. I did share with the girls that I was doing a detox so that they knew if I was going a little bit slower or I needed to take extra breaks. It was just to make sure that I could catch my breath and not fall out. I've never done that before on a detox, and I think I'm fine. It's only 7 days, and I'm just, taking it in stride, listening to my body, of course. But yeah, so that's where we are. Super quick, today is day 3 of the water detox, and so far for the last few hours, you can see the honey is like chilling at the bottom down there. This is a half of a lemon so far, and just like half a tablespoon of honey. So I let that sit since about 6:30. So I probably should let it sit another half hour or so. What I think I'm going to do is put it together and then put it in the fridge, and then I'll drink it when I get out of the shower. But basically, every day, the base concoction is a little bit of honey, half of a lemon, squeeze it in, mix it with a little bit of water, and then you make sure that is all good to go. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. Give me a second because I left my water. Back with some water. All right, so quick little tidbit about these. So these are jars that I got at Whole Foods. I have a 64 ounce, I have 2 64 ounce ones, and then I have 3 full gallon ones. And I take them to Whole Foods every time I need water. I refill them, and then I drink like pH water fresh out of the filter from there right into my glass bottles. And it is the most amazing tasting water known to man. Like, I'm a water fanatic. That's another thing you should know about me. I have been very bougie with my water drinking since a young tot. I grew up. My mother always had bottled or jugged water. Like, we just did not drink tap. And over the years, I have tasted a plethora of bottled waters. Dasani and Aquafina, unfortunately, are at the very bottom of the list. Like, I like off-brand spring water or purified water from Walmart or, the local grocery store better than Dasani or Aquafina. Even cold, it's like, it tastes like tar. I'm sorry, I don't like it at all. I used to have a Essentia thing. I had a Fuji thing. I had a Evian thing at one point. There's this, oh my God, amazing water called Mountain Valley. It's in a green glass bottle, and you can find that at like health stores and stuff like that. Beautiful. That's when I really got into glass bottled water. Like, ooh, good. It's cheaper to do it this way. Refills are like 30-something cents a gallon or something like that. Maybe 50 cents, I don't really know. But it's cheaper than $1 to get a whole, refill the bottles. So that's what I use. I drink this always, but I think it's really good for detoxing for right now. So I'm going to fill it up just a little bit more. I'm going to put the rest of the lemon in there. Sorry you can't see my face really well. I love this thing. I don't remember where I got it. Probably Walmart. But I know they sell something similar to this at like Dollar Tree too. But squeeze that good stuff right out in there. And then today, I'm going to mix this up a little more. And then today is cucumbers and mint. So I cut a full mini cucumber on Monday, and this is the other half of it. So I'm gonna throw those in there. Yummy. Oh, this is so refreshing, y'all. Like, so refreshing. I've done a water detox a couple of times, but I've never done like a water infused detox, and it's quite heavenly. I mean, in between this, so typically what will happen is I will drink this down, and then once, you know, the good mixture is all gone, I'll just refill it with regular water, but keep the mint and the cucumber in there. So good. One more for good luck. Mint smells so good. All right, we will mix this up. Yummy. See that good stuff? Yummy. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put the lid on this, put it in the fridge, and then when I take it out, I like to put a little ice in it. I've noticed that during this water detox, I have felt more, I've gravitated more towards colder drinks, colder water than regular water. So, you know, that'll be for later. Meditation this morning was really good. I started to continue to process, you know, the root of things that is happening with my relationship with food, right? And why it's so hard for me to be consistent and stick to certain things. And so what came to me this morning during meditation was that, like, this issue started in childhood, right? And it was so ironic that I was talking to somebody yesterday about how good of a cook my granny was. Like, I had stovetop, like in an iron skillet, fresh hamburgers that were super thick and like juicy and amazing. This is like when I was a child, I ate meat. Yes, I did used to eat meat. So good, like melted cheese. I was literally going over all the good recipes. So I grew up eating a lot of home cooked foods, but it was not the healthiest of foods. But I wasn't taught about that until later in life. And my mother is very conscious, just like I am. She's alkaline / vegan herself, so it's wonderful to be on one accord with her. I don't have to fight about meals or anything like that. She's an amazing cook, so my mom is bomb at that too, but that's not how I grew up. So I had to make a conscious decision when I started having some body issues to change the way that I was eating to really combat that. So that was a thing where it was like I didn't make a choice to be healthier in my eating and my lifestyle when I noticed that there was health concerns from people I love or in my family. I made that choice once I had to personally deal with something myself. And then that helps me understand, well, if I change the trajectory about what that looks like, then my children will have a different, like, they will grow up in a household that, like, oh, we eat greens and we eat, you know what I mean? Like, we eat whole foods and mom cooks and all that kind of stuff. And so that feels amazing to me. And that's really the drive behind what I'm doing is I want to build a family that has all of these things already in it, and my children don't have to later discover how to go through this process. And so it's been a journey. I had to also kind of wrap my mind around that during meditation today. Is like I started this journey in 2009, 2010, and I was only vegetarian at that point. Leaned into a lot of carbs, heavy potatoes, heavy bread, all that kind of stuff, and I blew up, right? And I was like, oh no, I'm supposed to be getting healthier. This is the opposite. It's not what I wanted. So I had to really learn about being vegetarian and what does that look like. And it's not just not having meat on your plate and things like that. And then fast forward to about 4 years ago when I decided to go vegan. I have a dairy allergy, and that's really the biggest thing for me that tipped the scale. So it's been a process, learning different things, you know. And I had to accept and be honest with myself that, Chris, like, you're lazy. Like, you are lazy when it comes to cooking for yourself as much as you need to, right? You're lazy when it comes to meal prep sometimes. Oh, you can do it, and you're bomb at it when you do. But because you're not consistent with it, you are not going to have the lifestyle that you want. So I had to call myself out, you know? My spirit was like, if you really want this, you're going to have to figure out a way to be consistent with these things. Because if you don't, you're never going to get to where you really want to be. And so that's real. So fast forward to, the next couple of weeks, as I will be ordering things and having people prep for me. I think that that's going to be a different approach in week 4, like coming out of the detox and being like, I am going to commit to purchasing some foods, some like raw organic foods that are already pre-made, but I know come from a really good source. There's like a raw foods place here. There's like a really good vegan place that I trust that has good foods that don't have a lot of extra additives or anything like that. And then promise myself to cook slowly but surely a couple meals a week, things like that. I love counting macros. I think that that's extremely important just in lifestyle, right? Like making sure you're getting enough of everything for your body. That's really what it is. Enough protein, enough carbs, and enough fats in your body. So I'm excited, for the journey to come. I feel great. I woke up in a good space, got good rest. Everything feels good. And I'm taking it day by day, stride by stride, making sure every day feels like day one, keeping that same energy from the beginning. And we'll see. But so far, so good. I just want to check in. This is the morning of day 3. And I'll check in a little bit later.
Hi, beautiful people. Good evening. I taken my shower. I'm ready to go to bed. Got my earrings out, everything. PJs on. So I just quickly wanted to give you a recap about my day. I got my glasses on. Was doing some work. Super quick recap about the day. It went really well. I worked out again today. A little bit more than I probably should have, because I was prepping for my dance fitness classes that I do. And so I'm taking it day by day, stride by stride. When I do water fast, typically I'm just super aware of my body and my temperature. My body temperature will, fluctuate. What else kind of happened today? I haven't really felt lightheaded per se, but my body did feel a little off. So I did take a nap around 5 for about an hour before my evening kicked off. But overall, it was fine. But I mean, I'm exerting a lot of energy and not really putting any substance in my body, so I really have to be mindful. I definitely can continue on this path once I start my juice cleanse next week. But yeah, today was really good. One thing that I will say is this. I would not trade the mental clarity and the productivity I have experienced in the last 3 days for the world. It's been phenomenal to experience clarity and productivity, in ways that I really felt blocked. It really could have been my foods. Of course, I know that foods cause fogging, mental fogging and things like that. But I mean, wow. I also think that I'm just in a different space personally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, going on this particular journey this time around. And it's been amazing. I really approach every day like it's the first day so I can keep that same energy, not be overwhelmed and waiting for the end and counting down, which is normally how I approach a lot of challenges. But I'm not like that. And I really like the space that I'm in. I like how I feel. It's only been 3 days. And I'm about to share too much information, but I don't care. It's my blog. I do what I want. So typically when I've done these before in the past, I get really constipated. It just doesn't move, which is kind of weird because water is really good at flushing and pushing things out, but it doesn't come out usually. But because I've been doing the infused water, we've got some movement, guys, and this is great. I feel really good that we've gotten some movement the past couple days, so we're gonna keep it up. I'm excited. I've been getting a lot of rest in terms of going to bed at a certain time, waking up, and not feeling like, oh my God, I'm not dragging myself out of the bed when I don't get as much rest as I want. I wake up actually before my alarm half the time, and I'm able to just kind of lay there and just be in a space of gratitude or kind of visualize my day before I even get up. So it's kind of cool. I've had some really good reflections during my meditation time. I was talking to a friend of mine and being like, hey, it's interesting that, I asked for better understanding of my relationship with food and how to just be a better, caretaker of my lifestyle. And I called my own self out today in meditation. Self was like, girlfriend, you can't say you want these things and then don't show up when they appear. So you can't say you want to, live this great lifestyle, but then you don't cook enough and you don't, do all the things that you need to do to maintain this lifestyle. So either you're going to go all in or you're not, right? Like you keep half-assing and that's what you're getting is half-ass results, right? So I was like, okay, self, I hear you. So yeah, I was like, all right, I hear you. And so this process, I am not doing it the way that I've done it in the past, and I've not actually done them in succession like this. I've done individual detoxes by themselves or fast by themselves, but not in succession. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited for it. I think it's a great way to compound all the things. But typically when I do a juice fast, I juice myself. When I do a juice cleanse, I get all the, ingredients myself. I juice myself. I love to juice. But I really want to take the guesswork out of this process for the juice cleanse and for the smoothies when I get there. And I've done some research about who I want to get that stuff from, because it just will allow me to really let this process sink in and to keep it up here instead of, and maybe I should say in my spirit instead of up here. If I have to think too hard about doing too much, I don't want to lose any traction from just going as deep within as I need to dig to just feel my best and come out of this even better, because that's really what it's about. At the end of this is when you'll really identify whether or not it worked, right? It's not the process going through it, but week 4, once I get out of this, it's like, did it work? Are we being consistent? Are we on track? Like, are the things that you want out of your lifestyle actually happening? Are you creating those things? And so I feel like the things that I'm doing now, I'm going to continue that, right? I want to commit to cooking more. It's just me. It's just hard. It's not that I can't cook. It's just me. It's hard to cook for one person and not cook for like a family of 4, even though it's just you. And I think that I just have to be mindful of doing a combination of prep in terms of giving over a little bit of control to services that solely commit themselves to this, like pre-cooked meals that are super healthy, but you can have those delivered. Do a little bit of that with a little bit of cooking just to get me into the flow until this truly becomes a new habit and a lifestyle. Like, it's not that I don't do these things, but I want to do them better. And this is my opportunity to really dig deep and figure out what's been holding me back from being my best self in this lifestyle, because it's something that I really care about. And a big reason for me doing this is because I want to break the trajectory of not coming from a family or a background or being raised to know how to take care of your body and how to, really respect it as a temple and really think through the best ways to do that. And I mean, you're going to make the choices you're going to make. I don't shun anybody that eats meat or anything like that. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle as long as you live it and it makes you feel good, and you can walk around and be like, I feel good about how I live and what I do. Kudos to you. More praise. I just have constantly gone through these ebbs and flows with a meatless lifestyle, wherein I'm at a place now where I really want to take it up a notch, which is really the motivation for me doing this detox. I had to learn how to be vegetarian. I had to learn how to be vegan. And now I really want to learn how to be consistently like the best vegan-ish person that I can be. So we're making progress. Things feel really good. I really hope that I can maintain the spirit and stay feeling great, because this truly has been, just in 3 short days, I feel amazeballs. Okay, so good. So let's keep it going. Day 3.